Hello, I'm MC2, the worst rapper in the world still, and just did a debate with Red Pill Philosophy. That was a pretty interesting time there. And this is the after show. So we have already. Let's see. I gotta fix this. I don't want to have BM Furball with the flat Earth thing next to him. All right, there we go. Hold on. Don't say anything yet. All right, how you doing, BM?
I am doing great. Got off of work like 2 hours ago. I have to go back in like another 6 hours, so I'll finish this beer and then I'll go to bed.
All right. Yeah, you were really quiet there. Could you?
Can you hear me?
It
Let me see.
looks like you're gonna be fine on the stream, but I'm not hearing you. So hold on. Let me.
Let me check my settings to make sure I've got the
It's
right.
probably my settings.
Okay.
It's usually my settings. I could hear Red Pill just fine, but
And that was the main problem with the entire thing is you could hear him.
yeah. If only you didn't hear him.
Ah, God. Yeah, if you could just stare at the glorious beard and mustache and just not hear the words that come out, that'd be great.
I don't know if that works either. So, all right. Well, I think I can hear you fine.
Okay.
So, you have moved.
I have.
You
Not just cross continent, but also across country. Follow cross continent.
so you're east.
Yes, yeah, it is 11 p.m. for me.
Ah, yeah, it's 10 for me. So, yeah. Any let's see. If any other patrons or members or creators are interested, you can pop on in. Just send me a message. Let's see. We got DKG saying he wants to come in. So, um, so what did you think about that?
I got in a little bit late because I just got off of work right about the time you started, so I got in about 20 minutes after it started. But I've done a few videos of myself on Red Pill, and he has randomly appeared in my comment section, which kind of made me proud that he actually follows me just to mock me. But I have to disagree. I think he is 100% Poe.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the entirety of all of his arguments are just to rile people up. He is a troll just to try and get responses. He was not trying to have an honest debate with you at any point during the conversation tonight.
yeah. I'll give you that. Let's see. We got.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Hello, BM. Welcome home.
Thank you very much.
Oh man, my God, that Red Pill philosophy. I haven't come across him very much, but uh, they just get so rude. I don't get it.
It's his superpower.
Well, it's like Nathan Thompson as well. When he's having a conversation with anybody, they have to like throw in things like your globe religion, your spinning ball, anything derogatory towards the debate. I mean, you wouldn't have that. Can you imagine a courtroom like that?
Oh, if you don't know the answer, I mean, I can give it to you if you want me to. If you don't know the answer,
But I won't. I won't actually give you the answer because I'm not quite sure what the
I'll
answer
claim
is.
to have evidence and then lead you down a road for 10 minutes. And then you'll forget that you asked me for evidence, hoping that we won't come back to it, but you did amazing trying to keep him on target.
Well, he'd make a great lobbyist. Actually, no, he
Yeah. Let's see. Just for review, I didn't get a bingo. I was hoping for 8 inches per mile squared, but he used the right
Oh,
formula.
Yeah, but the conversation wasn't varied enough for the bingo thing. He
No,
didn't,
he.
didn't have stars or pictures of
Yeah. So
Earth and space.
there's no doubt that he's doing it for money, right? He had 200,000 subscribers on YouTube doing whatever stuff he did before that was political.
Before the book burning.
Whatever,
before the book burning. Right? Before the Nazis took over.
Yeah, apparently.
So I was actually kind of keep an eye, and I've never been to his other channels, and I'm kind of disappointed that I went there. But I went over to his DLive account, and at the highest I saw on your stream, you were like 180 people actively watching.
Yeah.
He was at 270.
27 or 270?
270. But guess how many people he has total as followers
on DLive?
Yes. 470.
Oh, that's quite a good turnout.
Yeah. That's better than, like, Oakley has, what, 15,000 subs and gets less than 2,000 views on all of his videos?
Yeah, so he still has, Red Pill still has, like, 205,000 subscribers on YouTube, but none of his videos go over 6,000 views total. And the last two videos he had were pushing people over from YouTube to DLive, where he restreamed, and he still only had 270 of his 470 total subs.
Yeah.
So that is just his die-hard supporters. And ironically, the highest contributor for this stream, Arwen and Karen B.
They gave him money?
Yep.
Arwen? How does Arwen have money?
He can't afford shirts.
I don't know why I like Arwen. He's.
You feel sad for him, don't you?
Yeah, that's part of it. You know what? I sent him money to buy a microphone. Because he just had a cheap little skinny thing. I sent him some for that. Not enough to buy it, but he got some from elsewhere. And here's the thing. He was having, in British a term, he was having a row with Ranty about some money that had been sent to him to buy a Bible, of all things. So somebody sent him money to buy a Bible. I'm like, just send him a Bible. So I contacted him. I said, can I send you a Bible? So I did.
I'm an atheist, and I have a shelf of Bibles.
Yeah, got loads of Bibles.
I could have donated.
So,
but have you got a pop-up Bible?
A pop-up? Wouldn't that be good?
I do have a Bible. I do have a German Bible from the 1500s.
Oh, superb.
Yeah, I can't read German though.
I have.
I'm surprised it didn't get burnt.
I have an Apollo 11 pop-up book.
I actually just finished arranging all of my books last weekend, and it made me realize how much of a psychopath you could think I am if you just looked at all the books on my shelves.
You got Mein Kampf?
I do.
Yeah. I was going to say, the camera pans over and there's a big swastika hanging on the wall.
I do not have swastikas on my wall, but I do have Mein Kampf. I do have the Communist Manifesto. I also have The Origin of Species and of Pandas and People.
But have you got the Hungry Caterpillar?
Yes, that is upstairs in the kids' room. I do have the Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah, and it's annotated in the margins.
And you can put your finger through it because you can like talk as the caterpillar.
Oh, your finger! Oh shit! I've been doing it wrong.
Somebody suggested I should buy a book. I got to see if I can talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, we got nothing to talk about.
Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, I don't even have the pop-up chat going.
Yeah, go on. Read some fancy comments out.
Let's see.
What the booger's saying out there.
McToon, he has money. Apparently, wouldn't it be rude for asking about? Would it be rude to ask for the Bible back? Says Marty Moose. And then Astro Rex has the Darwin, as in Arwin, Awards.
What does that entail?
Dying because you're so stupid, but that's kind of the Darwin Awards.
Yeah, I don't think even Arwin can qualify for the Darwin Award.
Is this like when Wayne
Yet.
walks off of the set for Wayne's World?
Well, I couldn't find it. It was Baby's book on gravity that was maybe termed the right words and context for flat earthers, but I found this instead. Let's see. The Essential
Batman. Yeah, I'm a Marvel guy. Sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah, sorry, Star Wars guy here. Comics
Star
don't
Wars.
count.
Oh yeah. I have an entire shelf of Star Wars over there. Might not be able to see it. Third shelf down, nothing but Star Wars books.
Yeah, just about the Empire though.
Oh, I've got all the new stuff. Oh yeah, there's all the Sith stuff. You know, how to be a Dark Lord, how to take over the universe, and then how to kill your father with a lightsaber.
Yes.
So
Or old man you
Cretan
just
Bull
met.
said, "Have I reached Bobcat Goldthwait levels of tab yet?" So here's the secret. All but 2 of them were already I had drank days ago, and I filled with water just a little bit. So I only drank 2 cans of, well, not even. So
I was waiting for your false teeth to float out.
So, honest question.
Yeah.
Honest question. What were your thoughts going through this interview that kept you from reacting like the rest of us would have?
well, yeah, when they have
Well, actually,
no
I
evidence-
would say, I think you got to preempt that with what were your thoughts going into it, and then come to those thoughts.
Well, I knew what he was going to do. I like speaking of books, right?
Oh, he's going to get his whole bloody library out now. Oh dear.
I've got that one too.
I've read it, right? So I didn't go into this debate without having watched his stuff. I watched the debate he had with Tommy, where he went over that exact thing with the aperture, right? Where the apertures were centered, but where obviously the iPhone one wasn't at the right height to receive all the light. It's pretty easy, and he flipped out when I showed that, right? Which shows that he, I was onto him, right?
Well, which he's probably already forgotten and reset back to his claim.
Yeah.
He'll bring it up at the next debate.
He actually brought it up again in the same debate, right? He still said that aperture makes a difference, right? So, but yeah, I know when they lack evidence, there's a few ways that they're going to respond, and when they start responding like he did, I win, right? That's you have no evidence, so you have to insult. So thanks for that concession.
That happened quick. That happened very quick in the interview, but how did you respond? What is your thought process?
I just ignore it.
Because it was nonstop. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't have hardly any comment that wasn't either blatantly derogatory towards you or overtly avoiding the question that would drive anyone else insane. And I've done several interviews of flat earthers, interviews, not debates, and just kind of let them talk, but I've never challenged him on stuff. In this format, you're challenging them, and he's challenging you back with nonsense.
I don't think he even actually accepted you asked him for a second point.
No, he never did.
yeah, it just didn't seem to register at all. And then, yeah, point two. I mean, how many debates did people like rattle through so many different ideas and concepts? You know, we were just getting to point two after 90 minutes of a debate and couldn't do point two. There wasn't one.
And he kept saying there were so many. Where should he start?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then had
point
nothing.
two would be help.
Then didn't have anything.
Oh, bless him.
We've got Chrismer in the house.
Chrismer.
Let's see. I got to rearrange everything now.
At least you don't have to rearrange me. I'm just stay out quiet out the back.
I just finally got my office kind of set up where I have 3 screens. It's amazing.
So many tabs.
I think you had more tabs tonight than he did.
Yeah, I have a lot of open tabs. I don't know when I'm going to drink those other 2.
It's a stupid joke. It's a stupid joke, but I really love it.
All right. Just a second. My kid was wondering about something.
Children are the worst. Don't have them. So I'm working 12-hour shifts right now, on and off, like a couple days a week. And I get home after the kids are in bed. I went and gave my daughter a hug and kiss when I got home. And then I walk into my son's room, who's 7, and we just got him a bunk bed. And as soon as I walk in the room, I see his iPad landing on the bottom bunk. I was just turning off the music, Daddy.
Yeah, right.
All right, let me check that. Hey, that's not music. That was YouTube.
That's red pill philosophy. Daddy, why do you lie about the shape of the earth?
Oh, no. Somewhere back, like mid-year, when I made a trip back home from Korea, I was sitting there, I was chatting with some people online, and my son was sitting next to me, and we were drawing on the table, and I actually made a video about this. And suddenly so I'm chatting with people like you guys in my ear, drawing with my son, and he suddenly stops and says, Daddy, do people really think the earth is flat?
Well, son, look at my videos. Subscribe to my channel.
Yes. No, Geistview, I'm not on staff duty, but it's almost as bad.
Staff duty.
Staff duty is 24 hours of sitting in front of a desk.
Oh.
And answering phones.
That does not sound fun.
No, but I do have to get up in about 6 hours, so I should probably go, because my wife already gave me a dirty look as she went to bed.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and Martin H. Oh yeah, he's going to be stuck on MC Toon says science doesn't prove the globe for years. It's like this thing that the flat earthers they want science to prove things. They really think it does. And when he admitted that he didn't have, according to his standard of evidence, proof for flat earth, somehow that's okay, but then me admitting that the globe doesn't have proof, right? Of course, people were saying in the chat that we have pictures. Yep, we have pictures. So, but still, science doesn't prove things. Does a picture raise your confidence level? Oh yeah.
What's sad is the fact that if you were to read that statement to 100 flat earthers, science doesn't prove things.
Get a standing ovation.
100 of them would cheer that they had won. And if you read that exact same statement to 100 scientists, they would all go, yeah?
Yeah, they think it's victory.
And it's an accepted fact in the science community. but you just gave him a revelation that he'll never understand.
Yeah, I debated Adam Meakin last week on Ash News, and it wasn't live, it was just pre-recorded, so I put it on my I did a commentary on it, and he had a chance to ask me 2 questions. His first one was, why do I say science doesn't prove things? As if I'm the only one doing that. Like, that's been standard for longer than we've all been alive.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't been quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson on that one, because he says that.
Oh.
And they love to quote him.
I actually had, because I know he likes to bring that up, I had my NDT tally ready to go, and he didn't bring it up once.
Oh, poor Neil.
Oh, Chrismer's saying his mic isn't working. Mike, Chrismer, it looks like you have muted yourself. That's why. So on your screen, there's a little microphone thing that's probably red. Unless there's something else going on.
Well, I'm going to dip out so I can get some sleep and maybe be here next week. Next week is going to be busy again. But thank you for having me on. You were amazing tonight.
Diligent. I wouldn't say amazing. Diligent.
Thank you.
Amazing in his ability to not start cursing.
Oh, I don't think we've ever seen MC Toon do that, though.
He even tried to get you on that, too.
Yeah, I had messaged him yesterday saying, I like to keep it family friendly. And he's like, why? I'm like, well, my family watches and friends watch. And so that's why. So,
yeah.
All
right. I'm going to dip out. Gentlemen, have a good night.
All right,
thank you for having me on. Later, guys.
No night, Mr. Fairy.
The plain truth. What is starting in 7 minutes? Yeah, I see that for $1.99. Thank you, the plain truth, Travis. I missed what is starting. And Chrismer, your mic is still muted. It's still red. Okay, so we can just see you waving and nodding your head.
Sign language. Well, he's the chat box king, so we're just going to send little little image.
And funny thing, I figured Chrismer would actually be, an ASCII art figurine.
Yeah.
Didn't expect him to be a real person. So I'm glad to see you're a real person. Oh.
This is going to be a hard conversation.
Punchy knows sign language, so.
Yes, but does Christmas?
So the plain truth said that there's a premiere starting in 7 minutes, and he wouldn't say why. He just said, "Come find out." And then Marty was like, "Travis is shilling for his programs on the MC Toon Show. Why not a Flat Earth channel?"
Yeah, because we're all going to rush over.
Yeah. So actually, the plain truth and I are trying to figure out if next Tuesday works for a debate on modern day debates. That would be pretty cool. But at 10 p.m. next week, I do have somebody else from Facebook, so it'll be a double header or just a single. So.
Well, this one seems to work. It usually doesn't.
Ooh, I hear something.
Or does it work? Yeah, this. Hold on a second. Is it this one or is this one suddenly working? I've got like 10 microphones. So.
Tap on that one you just picked up. No, not
no,
tapping.
Not that one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
So can you barely hear me, or do you hear me? Good, hear me.
Hear you fine?
Good.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay, good.
Now say something profound.
In ASCII.
The Earth is a globe. The Earth is a globe. The Earth is a globe. Fail well.
The Earth is a globe. Yeah.
The Earth is round. Earth chan is not flat.
See, the interesting thing you were talking about earlier was that the fact that the pictures of Earth. There's just so many coming in now. I mean, we used to be able to use the, photos from Apollo and stuff like that, and there's only a few of them. Let's be fair. But now we've got so much video and footage of the Earth coming in. I know it's coming from NASA, and I know it's coming from. I mean, there was like a 10-hour live stream from the ISS the other day.
But we're getting also images from the Himawari 8 and Himawari 9 telescopes. I mean, not telescopes, satellites.
And Australian rockets sticking GoPros on the arse end of their rockets, and you can see the Earth. There's just so much of it. Constantly.
It's just so much evidence, and they can't parse reality from their own deluded beliefs. It's a belief.
It must be. It must be really. I don't know how they. I don't know. I just don't know how psychologically they can actually manage it when all this. It's like King Tut. Was it King Tut that stood at the shore to hold the tide back? You have this tide of technology and science coming towards you, and they're at the tides saying, "Stop! Bugger off!" But it just keeps coming and coming, and they just keep denying it, and we'll just say it's fake. And I just don't understand how they can do that, and I can't understand what it must be doing to them mentally to see it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's mental gymnastics, man. It's mental gymnastics.
People are saying the debate is not visible on my channel.
Well, I think it doesn't take a couple minutes for it to upload. Depending on size.
Well, huh. Well, I see it here, I think. Let's see if it comes up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not there.
Well, there it is. So yeah, so sometimes it does a post processing, and it does text to speech to text.
That would do it.
Just gonna have to wait and see. I did do a live stream years ago that just got stuck on processing for like a couple of days before I just gave up and lost it.
Wow.
That was a few years ago. Obviously things have got much worse since then.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the studio, and it's there. It says the monetization had been turned off.
Oh no!
And then
that was all your swearing.
It might have been more of the things that he was saying. There wasn't much swearing, but so I hit the review. So we'll see how that goes. But I put the link in there. So yeah. So. I think. Yeah, he is he a Poe?
I think so. I believe he's a Poe.
I think it's a fine line these days.
Yeah.
In as much as so, I think most of them are Poes.
Yeah. Oh, and Charlie had a good point. Science is not. There's always a possibility that something is wrong, but generally, you can have a high level of confidence that something is not true, right? So, if the Earth is flat, then the sun must not go down, right? And it goes down, therefore it's not flat, or it's most likely not flat. And
well, I saw Sean Hawkins did a live stream of I think it was either yesterday or earlier today, where he used Blender, I think it was, to show that there would never be a setting sun on a flat Earth because parallel lines never cross.
That's right, and it sets at full width too. We've got Globe Smack Junkie is a new member. Thank you very much, Globe Smack Junkie. Give you some tabs so you can do some high IQ research. Yeah, and people are saying he's a money grubbing what POS. Yeah, that's certainly true. It's interesting, you see a lot of flat earthers that are like, it's all about the money for you guys or your shills and all that, but they don't. Are they out there getting after, red pill about that? Maybe they are. I don't know, but
and I thought it was quite funny. He brought up the fact that you've got a channel basically off the back of flat Earth. I was thinking, well, what have you done? It's the same thing, you idiot.
Yeah. He I don't know what he does. He probably, it seems like he has some income, right?
Yeah, let's see, the thing, YouTube is not censoring them. If YouTube was censoring them, you would not see their stuff ever anyway. But if they are censoring them, then it's probably not due to the flat Earth stuff. It's more to their bigoted content.
Yeah, and he admitted that his community strike wasn't about flat Earth.
Well, they do get censorship confused.
Yes,
on YouTube. I mean, it isn't censorship. I mean, it took me seconds to find his channel. It's not censorship. It's just advertiser friendly. It's a like you got a family friendly channel. It's all about advertisers. It is a business. It's not there as a flipping platform for free speech. And YouTube was never that.
Yeah, that YouTube is not the government. The government is not to censor us, but YouTube gets to do with their platform what they want. And Marty Moose is saying YouTube is dropping them a search result. That is a fact. Yes. So is that censorship? I guess in one case, some people would say that's censorship. But I tend to think censorship is a little more active than that.
Well, I think the thing is though, if you search flat Earth and YouTube, you're going to find popular results first. Mm-hmm. And sorry, flat Earthers, if those popular results are people taking the piss out of flat Earth, it's not our fault. It's just that's what's popular. And yes, if you scroll down, their stuff does come up. That's not censorship. It's just what people like to see.
Yeah.
And people like to see a lot of people like to see garbage fires. So
yeah.
I mean, that's human nature.
So,
because like when we see a train wreck, we want to stop and watch what happened.
Yeah.
There's a reason that's a common phrase in English. The whole train wreck. That's what it is.
Somebody's saying The Mandalorian copyright takedown request from Periscope Films LLC. Oh, on somebody's channel. Oh, who's that? Oh, I missed that whole conversation there. I'm like scrolling back to see what they're talking about. All right, well, I guess I missed that, so. Oh, is that Jose? Copyright strike in effect. Something about Jose. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That was fun. I actually the way it happened is Simon Dan did a video on Red Pill back in October, November timeframe. And Red Pill was pretty upset about it, and he did a immediate video and then challenged Simandan to a debate, which Simandan doesn't debate. And I'm like, hey, Red Pill, how about you debate me? And I emailed him. I sent him a message on Facebook. I sent him a message on Twitter. I sent him I think 7 different ways. I'm like, let's bring it. And he didn't respond until the day of. And so what I did is I'm like, I'm gonna have a debate with him, and if he doesn't show, I'm just gonna go over one of his videos. So I prepped that, and then in the live stream he showed up and was all angry and demanding an apology. So I apologized, and he said, "Oh, okay, I guess we'll debate." I don't know if he was bluffing or not, and I just called it. And then he didn't say anything for a while. I figured he wasn't gonna, but then he contacted me, and
well, he didn't say much in the debate either.
No, he didn't. He went on a lot about science, but I don't think he really knows what science is. I mean, if you did,
does anybody?
No, flat earthers.
Probably scientists might.
You can't, right? They can't take it. Christmer posted. My window is too wide to see it aligned properly, so there it is.
Oh.
Yeah, so Captain Crunch is saying it didn't show up in your feed. So Captain Crunch, for some reason, my video is not showing up on my page right now. And it's under review for monetization. So I don't know why.
Has it got anything to do with the fact that he was restreaming it?
He did not restream it on YouTube, I think, right?
Not, yeah, I don't know. He was doing it somewhere.
He was doing something. He was talking to his fans, so I mean.
Yeah, he was on D Live, and
oh, that's right.
He does on BitTubers and BitChute and Library. He goes all over the place. To try to get more. And good
like
on
a
him
cockroach
for trying to earn more money on it. That's fine.
I hate these headphones.
Yeah. So, yeah, YouTube's not burning the book. They're removing the pedestal on which to display it, says Geisview. Yeah, and here's the thing. YouTube is the reason why Flat Earth got big. Right? It was definitely all about YouTube because their algorithm started sending people to it, and it grew because of YouTube's automatic algorithm until YouTube and their advertisers are like, we don't want our ads in front of Flat Earth videos. And advertisers, when you need to pay bills, you got to listen to advertisers. So that was part of it, and I know that Congress had questioned YouTube about promoting pseudoscience, which it definitely is pseudoscience, and said, yeah, you don't promote it. So their answer, because YouTube doesn't want to get told what to do by the government, right? YouTube said, okay, we're going to not promote it, which means it doesn't get the search results as much. So I don't put Flat Earth in many of my tags and video names.
Yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson, bring him up again. He had there was a little short video he did the other day. I think it was on Big Think, where he was just talking about science and pseudoscience in the on social media and stuff like that. And for the life of me, I can't remember what he said, but it was very interesting. There you go. There's a non-story for you.
Yeah, I mentioned science. I'm gonna grab that the pseudoscience and denialism. I'll put that in the chat here. That was it was kind of long and got a little dry, but article on pseudoscience and talking about Karl Popper a lot. And Karl Popper was one of the people in the, I wish it was it the 60s or 70s, talked about the philosophy of science. So there it is. He died in 94, it looks like. He's from Austria. Yeah.
And that's another thing that really grinds me my gears. When they say that our evidence is belief, it's just they want to drag us down to their level, basically.
Yeah. Because I think that inside they know it's just faith that they have, right? Because they have a couple measurements that if you ignore refraction, you can see too far. If you ignore refraction, but in science you have to control variables, and so that's when he got off on Aristotle.
Yeah.
Which was different, right? See too far versus ships bottom up are different things, right? Ships bottom up, you don't need to control for refraction. You just need to see that ships bottom up are obscured. See too far, you have to control for refraction, and he didn't want to hear that, right?
Well, he really didn't want to hear any of what you had to say.
No.
In all honesty, he just. This is the thing with the flat earthers that I've seen so far. They come on these channels just for publicity.
Yeah.
Just to get views. That's it.
Yeah, and so yes, their motivations are different. I think he does it because he wants to earn some money. A lot of them, I think, do believe, and they want to spread their truth.
The mind of God. I really think he thinks he's a prophet.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we had
not a very good one.
We had a nice conversation, and then he this summer he just started going after me. I'm like, why are you like that? And I blocked him on my channel because he was during a live stream. It's just going pretty aggressive. Yeah. All right. So Carl Browning says that my video's there, and yep, it's there now. So thank you for checking that. I'll see if they reviewed the monetization. No, they didn't do that, but it could have just been the post processing that YouTube does. What were we saying? I forgot.
I forgot too.
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Oh, mind of God.
Oh, yeah, mind of God, yeah.
Oh, so Mandevil is saying I should probably not have Mind of God on. During the debate, he got him to admit that his family is asking him to receive professional mental care.
Good.
Wow. So yeah, his family's from India. He grew up in Canada and lives in Texas, I believe. And he's said this all live, so I'm not leaking anything. And yeah, I can see because the family structure in India is pretty top heavy. William Foley for $10 says him throwing a string of expletives into the stream was pretty low. He did that just to mess with you. Yeah, I know. I knew he would probably do that. I should edit the.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. He was too self-aware about that.
Yeah. Oh no, I cursed. Now you're gonna have to censor that.
Well, we won't censor it. We'll just burn some books.
Yeah, that really ticked me off too when he said that. Like burning book. Who is burning books?
Yeah.
Then he said FTFE's burning. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It's just idiotic.
Gotta edit the description. Red Pill Philosophy adds in a few curse words.
I have a mind like not a mind. I have a mouth like a sailor myself. But when I'm on someone else's channel that does not like to have said the curse words in, I temper myself. I tend to try to
Yeah.
keep it
Respect
PG.
where you are.
Exactly. You respect the owner of the channel.
Well, I even took my shoes off before I came into this hangout.
Oh, man,
My
devil.
shoes have always been off.
Oh,
My shoes have always been off. I don't know what you're talking about. My shoes have always been off since the beginning.
Yeah, not to mention your trousers and your pants.
Yeah, but I mean that's normal.
Yes,
I'm glad the camera's off.
I'm wearing pajamas. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 11:46 now. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, Mind of God. Mind of God has said that he has a bachelor's and a master's degree in electrical engineering as well as a master's degree in accounting or something like that. And I studied electrical engineering, so we talked a little bit, and I didn't get the sense that he was faking that, at least that he had the education, but I don't think he did use it really.
But
JM I'm a software engineer, not an electrical engineer.
Even so, JM Truth out-qualifies him on everything.
Yeah, he qualifies everybody. I mean, he's the master of all trades. I mean,
Yeah.
Apparently he's a pilot as well.
He wanted to be a pilot. Somebody after JM last week commented that with those Mr. Magoo glasses, he would never been a pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Wow.
I would never say such a thing.
No, not
Yeah,
you.
I'm going to say I'm a layman. I have no PhDs, no bachelor's. I have no degree whatsoever. So I have no expertise. I'm a jack of all trades, though. I do all kinds of things.
Yeah. Martin H says, I'd be happy to put a match to a pile of Dubé's FE books for children, The Earth Plane. I can't imagine he sells many of those.
Yeah, how do you burn PDFs?
Oh, and then there's Subarat's The Book of the Sun.
Oh.
Well, that was a PDF he wanted to charge like 200 quid for or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And his map is basically the AE map with things shifted a little bit. That's all he did.
I don't think I even saw New Zealand on that map. Then again,
he's going, damn it, I forgot New Zealand. Quick, draw it on.
they get a lot of modern maps tend to forget New Zealand. I think that's a major thing.
Poor Planar Walk doesn't exist.
Yeah. Nope. He's on the map, so he can't exist. I mean,
and to be fair, we got Anti-Flatter as well from New Zealand. All right. So I never finished saying it. I got my my channel member thing. If you've been a member for more than 30 days, you get this for your icon. And if you've been, I think it's 2 months or more, you get this. So there you go. Everyone tends to forget New Zealand, though. Yeah, I mean they're basically Australia light, right?
they're basically New Australia.
Well, it's Australia that's not on fire.
Yeah, that was bad. That was I feel bad for
Too
laughing
soon.
about
Too
that.
soon.
Way too soon.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, Devil, I'm starting to think JM Truth is just playing a character on YouTube. I think he's sincere. I do.
He's
No,
just,
well,
he's just too dumb. He's just too dumb to be wrong.
well, I mean, he is a master photographer, so
Until he starts talking about film and photography, and it just
yeah,
shows he knows absolutely nothing about it.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what I don't understand, because that's what he comes. That's it. That's his big thing. He brings to that's his big calling card. I'm a director and film producer, and but yes, seems to know bugger all about anything, any aspect of film photography. Oh, don't get me started.
And he also claims to be a physicist, and yeah, because he does science
yeah.
experiments.
He's a research scientist too,
Yeah.
but he doesn't do any research before he does science. He. So I didn't. I kind of gave him a pass on this, but he said he measured the temperature with his phone.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
What?
That was amazing. That was amazing. That was my most favorite part of the entire debate.
There's no thermometer in the phone.
What did he use? I used it. Well, it hasn't got a thermometer, but I used an app.
It's
Like somehow an app suddenly creates a thermometer on the phone,
it's an
and it was the weather. It was a weather map. A weather app.
Oh God. But he used a weather app to measure
What was it? What was a different 6 feet or something like that, or
Yeah,
4
He
feet?
said he moved it around, and
It kept changing.
oh, yeah. Apophis Rex, he didn't know the phone got info from the weather service, so it's the temperature from the local weather station, and maybe averaged with another weather station, and based on your location,
Oh,
Oh, brilliant.
bless him, bless him.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
What a sweet little idiot.
Bless his heart.
Bless him.
Hey, like that just reminds me of the Neil Innes song. How sweet to be an idiot. Remember that? How sweet to be an idiot. Oh.
I mean,
Well,
I-
they do say ignorance is bliss.
I told him I'm going to help him not win that trophy that he doesn't want to win, right? But my goodness, he did not start off well.
When does he start off well?
I mean,
Well,
he
he
did
had-
not start off 2020 well.
Well, he had that debate with Team Skeptic
Last night, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was just oh,
that was precious.
I
That-
did
it
not
was.
watch that yet. I was
precious is the best word for it.
Yeah, it really was. It's, God.
thinking of speaking of precious, Joey Rocha is precious. There you go. Thank you very much, Joey.
Hello,
Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah.
Mr. 19 pack.
Kent Hovind.
What have you heard any more about from Austin Whitsitt?
He
And you notice I said that name very, very carefully on a family-friendly channel.
I measure myself every time I say that name. He is waiting for his computer, his laptop, so that he can do a proper debate. Apparently, and he wants it on a neutral channel. So maybe we'll see about modern day debates or something.
Oh, maybe you can open up on the new non sequitur rebirth if that happens.
Oh God.
Could be Steve McRae is soon we'll have the credentials back.
Well, he's supposed to have it now.
Yeah, I think was it last week that that they gave 14 days.
No, it was due today.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was doing a stream about it, but Kyle hasn't come forward, so it could get very nasty.
Yeah, that could get very nasty.
For Kyle, I mean, not for anybody else.
Yeah, for Kyle. Yeah.
Silly boy.
Joey's precious. He says he'll debate me in modern day debates. The problem is Joey won't show because he can't keep a calendar or he doesn't know what time it is.
Well, at least he goes by our calendar, unlike JM Truth.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's surprising JM even knows where he is.
JM doesn't actually use that calendar because I told him January 21,
how many days,
and he showed up on January 21.
Yeah, I mean, how many days was it in his calendar? It was like 364.
364.
And it never changed. 362.
364.
And it never changes.
Yeah.
So
No.
And if people are fooling us
so
thinking
he's losing days. So one day he's going to be sitting there in his winter clothes, out in the blazing hot sun.
Yep, everything's fine. This is just fine.
I don't know how.
Dog in the room with the dog, like the dog in the room that's on fire. Everything is fine.
She send him a birthday present each year, but you send it a day earlier and earlier each year.
That would be hilarious.
Joey's giving a shout out to Patricia Steer. Oh yeah, Ben D is saying 14 days for the books, the financials. The channel and related stuff should have been handed over immediately for the non sequitur. Joey is like a caricature of what? Like
himself?
Yeah.
Like of a person that's in an asylum, really. He's a caricature of that.
Well, he does have his little to-do list on the back wall with all the little, all the little post-it pads,
post-it notes,
things,
yeah.
Well,
post-it notes.
I have experience there, as I have been in an asylum. After I tried to attempt suicide, and they ended up putting me there because my asshole brother at the time decided to have me committed. And after, I think it was about 1 month of being there, they finally said, "There's nothing wrong with you. You go home. Just find a ride. We'll give you, ample time to call someone on the phone, get a ride, and go home." And can tell you that, yeah, that I saw those type of people in there. I met a flat earther in there, just as insane as the rest of them.
Yeah. Darkseed says Joey is a caricature of a WWE wrestler who is just there to lose every match.
So he's a heel. So Joey's a heel.
No,
is what he's saying.
What's the basketball team that the Harlem Globetrotters always play?
No, they play all kinds of basketball.
No, it's always the same team. It's like the Washington something.
From my understanding, they played different teams, and it was actually one team decided to actually play them legitimately, and they lost.
The Globetrotters lost?
Actually, yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters lost, and because it turns out they're not actually very good basketball players.
No, it's showmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one team, I forgot what team that was. It was in the late 90s that they decided, hey, we'll actually, see how good they actually are. And did not turn out well for them.
Let's see.
But yeah, I would say, yeah, he's
The
definitely
Generals, the Washington
special.
Generals.
Oh, okay.
That's who they play.
I guess I was wrong. Okay.
I
Who am
think
I
I've seen him
thinking of then?
twice.
Who am I thinking of then?
So here I have a book that maybe Joey, we might find something from Joey in here. But this one says, it's F in Exams is the name of the book. It says construct A, and then it's all scratched out. And he wrote banana car above it. And then he drew a banana car and said, I want to retake the test.
That's genius.
Okay, I just looked it up, and they've been under several different names. Sorry. I get stuck on something. I get stuck on it.
Oh.
Come on, gives another one.
All right. So this
Gives
says
another one from the book.
Expand, right? And then 2x
I know this one.
plus.
I know.
Right, so he expands it and expands it and expands it and expands it.
Oh God.
You should get extra points on that.
Oh, so like,
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook and I'm in different groups, and like somebody's like, you would feel the spin of the Earth at 1,000 miles an hour. I said, oh well, what's the centrifugal acceleration for 1,000 miles an hour with a radius of 4,000 miles? He didn't answer. He changed the subject. I asked again. He didn't answer. I asked 6 times. He didn't answer. Every time tried to change the subject. I'm like, that's 6th grade math. That's it. You can, if you're in 6th grade, you could do that math, but he couldn't do that math. You know, it's 0.03 meters per second squared is the answer on the equator. Up, right? Against the 9.8 down. So would you feel that? No, you can't tell that difference. It's too small. So, Joey Rocha. What is
Sorry.
He says I'm not smart. So Joey, here you go. If the Earth is rotating 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, what's it rotating at 45 degrees north or south? Can you do that math?
Or what are the 4 internal angles
of a square?
Of a square. Yeah. I was going to put it a little bit more.
Oh yeah, no, come on, that was a trick question. JM was not. Yeah, JM didn't have his square calculator with him.
So Joey cannot do the math either. So he deflects.
Yeah, it's not rotating. The Earth is motionless.
Yeah, he
but
just
still
says
can't
it's
do the
not
math.
rotating as motion.
Joey,
can you do the math?
Actually, can I ask him a question?
Yes.
Can I ask him a question? Okay, so the consensus on the globe is that the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, more or less. Okay, so we accept that. Now, Joey, on the flat Earth, with the sun traveling around us, above us, how fast is that traveling? If the Earth is motionless, how fast is the sun traveling around the equator, assuming, where the Earth is like 24,000 miles in circumference at the equator? So the Earth is 24,000 miles at the equator, the sun is above us. How fast is that sun traveling around the Earth above us? Come on, Joey.
I've done that math.
It's flat Earth. It's the flat Earth, so it's your model. We're not using the globe Earth. All we're using is the assumption that it's 24,000 miles in circumference at the equator. So how fast is the sun traveling above us?
However fast it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he said.
That illustrates the intelligence level of a flat earther. They can't do this kind of basic stuff.
I've got one. Why does the sun never change angular size whenever it's moving, if the Earth was flat. That's assuming the Earth is flat. Why does the sun not change angular size ever?
And he might
Quote
try
on
to
the sun.
suggest that it does change in angular size. So I have a little something I'll play here in a second here.
How sweet to be an idiot.
Gotta be cool to be kind. Yeah, that's my philosophy. You gotta be cool to be kind.
Yeah, just put them down, don't you?
So here you go,
Yeah.
Joey. And here's what I love about this video. I made this video, put it out yesterday. Actually made it a while ago. These first 3 clips are from Philip Rockholt, who's a flat earther.
Yes,
Showing-
I was talking to him earlier tonight.
The sun does not change in angular size. Thank you, Philip. The self-debunk is so sweet.
Gotta love it when they debunk themselves.
Now I thought of a fantastic experiment for the flat earthers. Now, let's assume the Earth is flat and the sun is spinning around us 1,000 miles per hour. Joey, that's how fast the sun would have to be travelling around the Earth. Now then, why don't they measure the Doppler shift in the infrared as it comes towards them and goes past them? Measure the Doppler shift, and if you've got a change in Doppler shift, the Earth is flat.
So somebody's asking what the music is. Oh, I don't have it.
Oh, that was taken with a solar filter, wasn't it?
Yeah, all these are with the solar filter. In different ways, too. Oh, Jose got hit with a copyright strike. No live streams for 3 months.
Ooh,
Oh,
ouch.
stinks.
Oh,
What?
secondary channel coming soon.
What was the video, Jose? You want to come on, Jose? Let me find Jose here.
He's everywhere. He's like a rash.
Yeah, Joey rises naturally as he breathes.
The thing is it a lie if you actually genuinely believe it inside your head?
Well, that was uncalled for, Joey. That was uncalled for.
Oh, I missed what he said.
It's probably a good job too. I didn't see it. It's
Yeah,
been deleted.
you know when flat earthers lose because they go to the insults.
Let's just say it's a very homophobic, what he said.
Yeah.
See, as a globe earther, I'm quite happy to just go straight for the insults of the flat earther. I mean,
But you don't go with the homophobic stuff. Or transphobic stuff.
no, not that nasty. I mean, it's 2020. I'm an old man, but I know how to live in the modern day.
I mean, if they want to attack somebody for that stuff, I'm free. I'm bisexual. So go ahead. I don't care.
Hey, you're not cruising, are you?
No.
This isn't a dating channel, you know.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. If you want to attack somebody for that, go ahead, attack me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I simply don't care. I'm too old to care anymore.
Yeah. What do you want is a homosexual that's 8 foot tall and built like a brick shithouse and kick the
Well,
shit out of you?
I'm 6'5" and I'll weigh 285 pounds.
Hey, There you go. That would give him
and I'm from the deep south. And I'm from the deep south.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can
Yeah.
tell by my accent, but yeah.
Yeah. You'll roast them, kill them, and then make them disappear in the swamps.
Well, I live right beside a swamp, so you never know.
Hey, I live in one.
A lot of people end up missing around here.
Not you, not because of you.
Well, not because of me. No, no.
Yeah. We should make that clear.
None of them disappear because of me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh God,
Hello,
there'll be
Jenny.
videos about you know now. You know.
Hey, we've got Jose here.
It's Bunny Ears himself.
How are you, gentlemen? My connection is very poor. Let me move closer to the router.
All right.
Jose.
Move closer to the satellite, Jose. It's up there.
Yeah. I'm on it. I don't want to fall. It's dark in here. There are snakes also over here in this area.
Nice.
Yeah, I know that feeling. We got
There's
snakes.
snakes.
Careful.
There's snakes everywhere in flat Earth.
All right, I made it. How are you, gentlemen? That was a little painful to watch a red pill in action.
Yeah, it really was.
It was what I predicted.
Have you had him on your channel?
You
much,
have a
Jose?
patience of a saint.
Red Pill's been on Jose's. That's where I spent a lot of time listening.
No, he doesn't have the patience of a saint. He has the patience of a freaking angel.
Yeah. That was a little something. I think I watched 2/3 of it, and at the end I said like, yeah, I cannot take it anymore. I'm out. And that's when I went to my analytics and take a look around.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You got 2/3 through and had to leave because it was too much? Have you seen your channel?
Yes, I know, right? I got too much. It was a overdose of derp out there from too much rhetoric and too much parroting of the flatter meme. It got a little too far for me. So I checked on my analytics and I saw this little check mark. I said, this is weird. I was going to schedule my show for tomorrow and leave it in private. And then an hour earlier, I usually put it in public, then to have people coming in or whatever. And then I had this black thing, do a copyright strike. I said, what's going on? Check on my email. I didn't even get an email. So I went to my channel and it got one copyright strike. I check on the details. And it's from a Friday. This Friday, past Friday, I did a show titled Friday Festivities. And it was an open panel, but I presented a clip from Periscope film I found on the archives.
Oh, yeah.
And I showed the whole film. It was like 15 to 20 minutes. And I just put a full screen and let it play the whole thing. I didn't cut it. I didn't talk in between. So I think I kind of deserved that one because I usually put it in small screen and talk along, and pause it and do shout outs in the chat. And I think they said like, no, you're taking advantage too much. You're presenting full documentaries and a little painful, man. It hurts a little bit.
But is this the first copyright strike you've had? Yeah.
It's the first one, yeah.
Because I thought you had to get 3 no-nos before you get. Is it three strikes before you lose your channel? I thought you had to.
I believe it's 1 strike you get, 3 months no live streams.
Right.
And you get 3 of those, and then you're out.
Yeah, I think the second one you get demonetized, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You get no live stream plus demonetization, and the third one you're out.
Yeah.
So I'm still monetized. I did a short premiere as a test half an hour ago, and it went through with the super chat activated or whatever. I got the little ad in the beginning, but it's unfortunate. I got two strategies. I can record the shows earlier on my Discord server. I can tag everyone. We'll have a bunch of people record earlier and premiere it at nighttime, so I can hang out in the chat with the people, and switch it from morning to nighttime, or maybe record it today, for example, and premiere it tomorrow morning.
Well, Jose, before you
Yes.
go too far, before this disappears, can I just read a couple of things in the chat? Because
Please.
it says from Justin Franks. It was a US government footage about Antarctica. Periscope does not own the copyright. And Anamorphic Mind says fight the copyright strike. So it might be worth just like challenging
Yes,
it.
I will definitely do that. Yeah, I'm a little tired. My brain is like I'm like crash and let down. Like I'm gonna cry a little bit maybe, and then tomorrow I'll wake up fresh, and then go to the find the
Like,
emails, find the contact directly to the Periscope Films.
Yeah.
Whoever owns the company, real email that can get straight to them.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. And then I got a secondary channel. It's called Jose Flip Flop. I just got a few hundred subscribers, but I can do my live stream from there now. It's a little, I don't know if I want to do that using exactly the same format because they say like, So he's sharing a show from the main channel because I can create a post and share the show, but they can catch that I'm using a secondary channel to do my live streams or whatever. So it's a little, I might hesitate doing that one for now.
Well, I don't think anybody's actually been properly done for that. There's loads of people who've like set up secondary channels and moved stuff across, and I don't think I've ever heard of anybody actually getting in trouble with YouTube, even though it's against guidelines. I've not heard anybody have any trouble with that.
Thank you, MC Toon, for sharing that link for my secondary channel. I appreciate that.
Yeah. People, go subscribe. Go search for Jose Flip Flop, or just use the link in the chat.
I'm not going to subscribe. I could do with a break.
Yeah, and I think it'll be all right. And I got another
3 months sounds about right.
One of my subscribers, very nice guy. He said like, hey, Jose, I'm not using my channel now. I just got a small channel, few hundred subscribers. He can share his info and I can get the stream key to stream for his channel. So that's very appreciated. That's another option that I have. They trust me not to screw up their channel. I'm all right. I say like, I just live to do this, man. I just want to have a bunch of people in a room and hear a bunch of stuff, talk about science and all this good stuff, That's kind of my style.
Yeah, Jose, I listened to your part of your stream this morning, where you were reviewing when I think you were on Nathan Thompson's live stream.
JM,
yes,
the
with
scientist.
JM. And right, that was like just a short time after the scales fell off your eyes, right? And like you handled them well. I mean, you're definitely much more seasoned now, but even then, that was good to listen to.
Oh yes, I listening to it, I cringe a little bit. Like, there's no scientific evidence. You cannot prove this. I just wanted to not allow him to flip the burden of proof on me because of the go, I went like, hey, is there any evidence for flat Earth? I say, let me break with this, and I had him, Nathan Thompson and JM, through two of the big flat Earth proponents, and I said, like me, just a high school guy with a Wi-Fi, just exiting flat Earth, just looking for this evidence that I'm looking for, and let's see how they do. And to me, I think they failed miserably. It was fun, I had fun and I was laughing and having a good time with them because Nathan Thompson was very active on my channel then. That was kind of in the beginning of my own live streams. So I said, let me jump in their panel to have fun a little bit. And it was good. I just remember yesterday I was talking to somebody. I said, I know I was in Nathan Thompson one day and scrolling down, I found he titled Ex-Flat Earther Join Us for whatever with bunny ears. And yeah, that was excellent. I love that I did a reaction on it.
Called you bunny ears.
I missed the point about the bunny ears. What? I mean, I saw something. I was skipping through it because, quite frankly, I don't have enough time to watch everything. But yeah, what was the bunny ears thing? What was that?
Well, he telling me like, what? After they asked me like, what are you? What credentials do you have? How much university or college do you have? I said, dude, I just got high school. Boom! Like, this is just me, just a normal guy asking for questions from you. And he said like, so you bring in no evidence. All you bring in is bunny ears. I said like, what is that? He said, if you pull your two pockets out, like you get the two white empty pockets hanging out, they look like bunny ears. That's what you got. You bring nothing. That was it.
Yeah.
A little analogy he used there.
Well, if you did it right, you could be an elephant. But we won't go into that. This is a family channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was amazed at JM's claim. When he said, "This is a flat Earth channel. You have the burden of proof," as if the room you're in changes the burden of proof position, right?
Well, it obviously changes the shape of the planet.
Yeah, the burden of proof lies with who is making the claim. If you say it's flat, you have the burden of proof. If you say it's a sphere, you have the burden of proof. But have you noticed, Jose, that a lot of them are trying to kind of cop out of actually presenting proof by saying it's not what is it? It's we don't have to prove anything. It's an observation, therefore it's flat.
Yes.
Like
They say is the default. The default is flat. You must present evidence for it's a globe and rotating.
yeah.
So like, what are you talking about? I mean, 99% of everybody pretty much accept, we are okay. We all live in a globe. Now you bring this new thing. It's flat. Then you got to present it. No. We all the time have known it's flat. It's a little bit of an odd thing they're using there.
Yeah.
For 2,000 years, we were quite happy with it being.
Yeah, I say, I don't like to go with consensus. Consensus doesn't determine anything. You can have exactly 0 people believing the truth for it to be the truth, or accepting the truth for it to be the truth. So I say, when they're like, it's observably flat, I say, well, what's the margin of error in that measurement? They get stuck. Like, what's the margin of error? They don't even know what that is.
And it's unfortunate that some of the big proponents now, this is the solid definition of cherry picking. They can go 100 times to a place. And Stingray Dean did a really good analogy and questioning to Chris Berry. He said, Chris Berry, which one represents reality the best? If we know we have a square box, 4 straight lines with 4 corners, 90-degree angles, very straight edges, and we put it very far away, and we zoom in and we take 100 pictures of it, and then when you review those pictures, one of those pictures looks like jello, looks wobbly, and the edges doesn't look sharp. Are you gonna choose that one and present it as which one represents reality? He was unable to answer this simple question. I say, which one represents reality? The square box with the straight edges or the jello-looking one? And the example is for some observations the flat earth do. You got a very clear, sharp image with very nice grains and sharp details, and then you got another one looking like jello, everything is dancing around, and they choose that one because it doesn't back up their bias, but it contradicts a little bit of reality. So they say, oh, this one contradicts reality, let me use it because I got a phenomena going, let's hold on this one. Strange thing they're doing.
Yeah, they're just contrarians, really.
I have a graph for that I've been saving. So hold on, let me put it up here.
Oh, don't waste it on us.
No, it's not for flat earthers. They won't get it. You'll have to watch in the live stream if you can watch it there. Regular people analyzing data, and you've got this collection of data points with one off and one outlier, which you say
I love it.
Probably an error.
Yeah.
And
But that's what? That's 6,000. Right, about 6,500. 6,500 what?
No, but that's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, you can have 1,000 data points, and they will choose the odd one to hold on for dear life to it.
It supports their required conclusion.
I love it. I like this graphic a lot.
It confirms their bias.
Yeah, that's when the difference between science and pseudoscience. Science, you have to accept things that contradict what you're hoping to come out with, right? Michelson Morley, they still published their experiment when it contradicted what Michelson desperately wanted.
I think the wow signal is one of those prime points in science where it's like there's this absolutely amazing thing they've discovered, but we can't repeat it. And it could have been the most amazing thing ever in the history of science and humanity. It could have been a signal from an alien civilization, but can't prove it. Don't have enough evidence to back it up, so they won't say it is. They'll just say, "Look at this data point. That's amazing," and we couldn't repeat it. So even science would, they won't, stick their oar out and make ludicrous claims. If that was a flat Earth thing, they'll be pointing at it and saying, "There you go. There's definite proof of aliens." Unrepeatable, but there you go. There's the evidence as proof.
You want to believe it, you'll believe it, I guess.
I believe it.
I spammed the link to my secondary channel one more time.
Yeah,
I need to get out of here. Take care of the dogs. I got a Chihuahua doggy. He's ready to have the puppy, so it's gonna happen anytime now. I'll babysitting, so I'm like with a baby, waking up like every 1 or 2 hours to check on her to see if she's just making a mess over there without me, So I gotta assist in the delivery.
Are you auctioning off naming rights?
I'm sorry?
Are you auctioning off naming rights? I just thought I'd help you out there.
I can take 1 or 2,
Yeah, name after flat earthers.
Yeah.
Nathan, and Nathan.
I might make a
Nathan,
little special on auctioning names. Yeah, I might do a little something. Thank you for the idea.
Nathan, Professor Funbags. Obviously, you got to do video of puppy. So
Yeah, we do want to see those puppies. So
yes,
thanks for coming, Jose. I hope that you get that copyright strike solved quickly.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, DKG. Thank you, Chrysler. Thank you very much, MC Toon, for having me. And good luck. You're doing a great job, man. I support what you do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I do my best.
Thank you.
I try.
Oh yeah, and MC Toon, he does some stuff as well.
Yeah, he does stuff too.
Sean Hawkins says, "Yep, he's crowing about winning." Red Pill, of course, is gonna claim victory.
Win what?
He won what? He didn't win.
I don't know. They always do. They always do. They have to. He presented evidence that was uncontrolled, and rather than deal with having no control over the variables, he deflected and strawmanned. And then when I brought evidence, he's like, "Huh, I don't know about that."
Don't forget, his point number 1 was an equation that he himself didn't understand.
He tried to mock me for not knowing how to use it. I'm like, it doesn't tell us. It doesn't tell us how much is hidden.
Don't forget, at first he just said blah 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 divided by tan.
I don't. And
Well,
he's
see,
like,
every time you brought
just divided by tan. Any tan?
He said tangent. The tangent function is diffraction. He said that. That's right. I have it.
every time you brought up evidence, he ignored it the entire time. He just ignored everything you said and stayed on his script because that's all he knows how to do.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that formula, and I haven't. No. And Gleam gave me that formula before. I haven't tested it to see if it's accurate.
It probably isn't.
Well, no, over. No, you know what? It could be. Because when you actually do the diffraction limit using the Rayleigh criterion, you use the angular size limit of the viewing device, and that's key. The viewing device for your eye versus a camera, this formula demands that they're different, right? But it won't change how much is hidden using a different aperture size, which is what this claim is. And any flat earther, you go get your camera, you set your aperture as big as can be and as small as can be, and see if it changes your view anything other than just how bright or dark it is.
Well, you just have to change the exposure time, don't you?
No, exposure time is different. So running in video mode, you can change ISO, you can change aperture, you can change zoom. And when you're taking a still picture, you can change your exposure time. But when you're doing video, you don't get to do that, right? So you set your aperture to wide open, and then the ISO will automatically adjust, right? And then you shrink down the aperture, and your ISO will then adjust the other direction. ISO is how sensitive the sensor is.
Well, it will change your depth of field and things like that.
It will change your depth of field, yep. And if you're focused properly on the distant object, you won't see a whole lot of difference.
You know who you need to bring into this conversation? The master of photography, JM Truth.
Oh God.
And you can have a proper sit down and chat about imaging. And
So
photography.
John Rapp says he's a reality challenged as any of the flirts. Yes. And Marty Moose,
Yep.
Red Pill had flat earthers admitting that I won, and Red Pill was embarrassed on his live stream.
Yeah.
But you didn't win either. To be fair, because
Nobody won.
There wasn't anything there.
Win. There was nothing there to win.
I don't focus on winning or losing. You know, I want to educate and entertain, and maybe if there's somebody on the fence, they'll say, "Oh, yeah, that's a silly idea."
Yeah, they should get off the fence.
Oh, Extra J. Red Pill only understands flirtography. That's a new one.
Oh.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to use that.
I'm going to write that down.
I'm doing the same thing.
Flirtography, right there.
You should have all these terminologies that flat earthers use, just like on a T-shirt, just a lot of different fonts and colors and things.
That's a good idea. I've have
cool.
some T-shirts, but I don't know what to do. I have some quotes that happened during debates, like the one when I had Austin Whitsitt, and I'm like, "Here's the formula for gravity with mass attracting mass, and what's yours?" And he had nothing. John Levtron for $2 Australian and no message. Thank you for that. Round thinker for flirspective and physics spelled F-I-Z-Z-I-X. I like that. I will. Let's see.
Oh God! Just in the last couple of days, just hearing some of the people just getting the terminology wrong. I wish I could remember some of the stuff they said. Oh, it's just amazing.
Let's see.
I should write stuff down too.
I use Evernote for everything, so.
Oh, I've just got a pad and a pen here. I write stuff down, but I don't write enough down.
F-I-Z-Z-I-X. And all my spell check is complaining about it.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. Gets corrected and you get sent off to the T-shirt manufacturer. Yeah. All comes back spelt right.
Oh.
We corrected all your spelling mistakes, Mr. Toon.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours? I lifted that, John Rapp. I took that from a friend of mine that I used to work with. I should thank him for that. He's doesn't work there anymore, so. Yeah. Sean Hawkins says he knows about photography. Yeah, Sean was a photographer, right, for the military, if I'm correct on that. That'd get you some good experience.
What, doing bikini shoots in uniform?
So Marty Moose, Dark Seed, he paid $7 to get MC Toon viewers for those 10 people. What did Oh, I got upended. I got to write down upended.
Fizz assist.
Yep. There you go. Fizz assist. Oh, we're talking about Travis. Oh yeah, Travis. The Plain Truth spent $1.99 here to get 10 people over on his channel. I guess I don't know. I did see the Plain Truth, Travis, at in Texas a few times. We talked briefly at the Flat Earth Global Convention. I think it's interesting that after 3 years and dropping attendance, that it looks like it's just going to get shut down. Because I don't think there's any takers from Robbie Davidson.
Maybe. Yeah.
Droppity. Yep. Droppity. All right. I'm just going to copy Floyency. Everything can't start with FL. We got to have a little more variety.
I've come up with a few phrases myself, and I can't bloody remember them.
I have one. Take a Riley.
Yeah, I'll use that one.
What's that?
Whenever
take a Riley.
Whenever you have to relieve yourself of excess liquids, you're going to take a Riley.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny when your work colleagues don't understand what you're talking about.
Like, hold on, I'm gonna go take a Riley real quick. Like, what?
Yeah,
take a
what?
Riley? What? Like, what?
It's a long story. You know about the flat Earth? Flat Earth? What the hell's that?
What else that?
Feeds Ravens. Yeah, I copied those. Droppity, floppity, gravity, flappity, flumpression, the Flyly criterion. Flat Earth laws of physics equals the flaws of physics.
The flaws of physics.
I like
Riley's
physics. I like smugnorant. That's good.
Oh, somebody said the Flat Earth Thousandaire is going to fund the Flat Earth Global Convention. That would be hilarious.
Flat Earth Global Convention.
Well, you know, they do have people all around the globe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And JM is outstanding in his field.
I can't wait for the first Flat Earth convention on the moon.
When I first heard of them doing a convention, right? I'm like, well, I haven't. I'm on some patents, but I haven't done any like papers. But I see every once in a while through emails and stuff that I'm on news email list calls for papers for conferences. And I thought, oh well, yeah, of course. If the flat earthers are trying to do science, they're going to get together and do a call for papers. No,
nope.
They just take their best video that they've done and then they talk it. And that's what Nathan Thompson did.
Wow.
I mean, there's nothing but it's just it's their rock stars, I guess.
No, they're not rock stars. Let's not fetishize them.
They're just like playing their favorite tunes. Go, Nathan! Do that one. Do that debunk. We love it. Go.
I loved it whenever that one dude in the crowd, like just completely. I forgot what it was he asked right now.
Oh, don't tell me it was the burying the dogs.
It might have been.
That was the Jimmy. That was the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows that NASA
pissed.
stands for not always telling truths.
That's the one. That's the one I was thinking about. That's the one. Not always telling the truth. And I'm like, wait, that's NATT. That's not how it's. That's not how it's.
Mark Sargent I gotta give Mark credit. He's so nice.
I think Mark's brilliant. I really like Mark. Is he superb?
Oh, when when Mark was being interviewed and Jake Bird came up.
Not now.
Not now. Like talking to a kid. Oh. So
I think Mark Sargent is the only one who is actually aware of everything that's going on. He knows because we know he's a Poe. We know he's just riding the ride, but he just like plays the game so well with everybody.
It pays the bills.
Oh, and it pisses flat earthers off.
Oh,
yeah. No, he's the only one that's going to come out of it with with maybe a house when
he lives.
moves out.
Mark
Maybe a
Sargent,
house.
he still lives with his mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's saving up.
wow.
He's saving up.
Oh, bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yeah. Yeah, sir.
What I love
that,
is you had Mark Sargent, who was like an ex-games professional player or whatever.
He was a tester, right?
He became a flat earther and moved in with his mum, and yet you've got the other guy who became a multimillionaire games developer and went onto the ISS. He paid $30 million to go to the ISS.
Wow.
So,
Awesome.
well, it's like the dichotomy there of the two different people is just like insane.
Yeah, the continuity. Just imagine if Mark Sargent had never given up and had,
Yeah, he could have been on the ISS.
yeah, he could have been on the ISS.
No, he living with mom.
So
He's probably got a games room down in the basement. Mark, your tea's ready. Mom, I haven't finished this game yet.
There have been 8 people that paid money to go to the ISS.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I did not know that.
We've got 2001. So it's mctoon.net/space-tourism.
Because Richard Garriott, and in fact, I'll talk about Richard Garriott in a minute, because Richard Garriott was the games developer who was going to go to the ISS. He'd paid for a ticket, but he had a medical, and I can't remember what it was where they found something wrong, but he had to have like a life-threatening operation to cure him before he went to the ISS. So he had to give up his seat, and some other multimillionaire went instead. But he had the operation, and then went. Spent a year in Russia and went to the ISS. A remarkable man, and there's a fantastic flat Earth debate with him on it on a radio show. I will see if I can find you the link, Mr. Toon, and I'll post it to you.
I saw that. It was so.
Oh yeah, because what's brilliant was
3-part.
Because the guy did not realize the flat earther did not realize he was going to be facing someone who's actually been to space and the North Pole and Antarctica.
Oh God!
And he was like lost. It was brilliant.
He's the one. He's the one that had the playing card with the little elastic band.
Yes.
That he said gravity, sometimes there's pockets of gravity, and he let it go and it zipped down. And they're like, there's pockets of gravity. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he was playing jokes. Brilliant.
Sean Hawkins, Chris, Red Pill Philosophy, tried to be homeless for a week but didn't make it past dinner time. He's semi-famous in his area in Florida. But he had 200,000 subs. Somehow he got them. I don't know why he quit making that kind of stuff. It looked like it probably was going to pay the bills, but yeah. So Richard Garriott made the Ultima series, as somebody's saying. That. Yep.
I remember I played that.
I played that. I have.
Yeah, that's right. Ultima.
I can't remember which one though that I played.
Ultima
honestly can't
4
remember.
and 5 I played. I played 5
I
so
think it's four.
much.
I'm thinking it's 4 and 5 myself too. Because I played the one on the ColecoVision.
I think he had a big bust up with the company that was selling that was doing that, and I think he left and then set up another company. I can't remember.
I remember
Yeah, amazing guy. You know, just fucking brilliant. Sorry,
because it
rather
wasn't
brilliant.
because it wasn't the ZX Spectrum. It was the ColecoVision. But yeah, because I believe it was on both, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but he wrote his first game. His first program was on basically a print based one on punch cards.
This was Richard?
Yeah, yeah. His programming goes right back before even graphics.
Yeah.
I think I think it's when he saw the Apple II. He just goes, oh, I can do this.
I think his programming, the very beginnings of his programming was all in GW Basic on basically it was a text RPG, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. That's right.
Choose your own story kind of thing.
Oh, I
Where you
remember those
type in,
books.
yeah, where you type in like look at X, look at or use door, etc., etc. That was pretty fun. Even when I was younger, I played quite a few of those. It takes a lot of imagination, though.
Yeah, yep. I loved Ultima. I still have my discs. I still have the box and the booklet and everything. I keep them at work. My friend and I, this is how super nerd we were. We would write notes to each other in rune script. We memorized the alphabet in
Wow.
in
Oh,
Ultima.
you nerd.
So there you go.
Nerd. Geek.
Super nerd.
Yeah, because what we did, we translated it to Klingon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Wow.
not. Yeah, you
Kupla.
win. So you know you win. Oh, that's great. Well,
It is pretty amazing,
it's
though.
getting,
You can do
it's
something like
getting
that.
on
Don't you?
here.
Okay,
Sorry.
I have a confession. I did for D&D learn the entire Illytheory language, so I can't say anything.
I think we're in a 3-way tie for super nerd.
Yeah.
How's that?
No, I'll let you guys have it.
Illytheory, for those who don't know, is Drow, and Drow are dark elves, basically.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
I've so you know, I've read every book starring Drizzt, the dark elf.
Yeah. I
God.
really haven't read that many books
And you call yourself a truth seeker.
concerning doing D&D. But I just ain't got the money. I'm poor, man.
All right.
I'm
Well,
poor Shane.
I do need to get going here. It's late.
Yes,
Thanks everybody. Thank you.
Let's go to bed.
DKG
And Christmas,
and
no more
Christmas.
killing. Christmas, no more killing.
Oh, okay. I can live with that.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, that's all right. So, Philip Rockholt was going on. He pointed his camera at extra. This will make sense in a second. He pointed his camera at the horizon and said, The horizon doesn't rise or rises to eye level because of this." And Extra J and I were in there asking, about this. How do you know that it was tipped right? He said, "With my eye." Like, what's the margin of error of your eye? The angular margin of error. He's like, it's and then he changed the topic. And so Extra J is saying he deleted the discussion. So of course he did. When presented with evidence, he has to. He actually claimed, I'm sad that I was going to screenshot this and I missed it. He claimed that the horizon rises to eye level because you can jump up and down and it still rises. He really said that. That's
Why did that physically hurt me?
yeah. So there you go, Philip Rockholt, the one who has the first 3 videos in the sun's angular size video. So yes, Extra J, thank you for that. All right, everybody, thanks for joining the panel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for whatever, and the super chats and members.
Thanks for the wedgies.
Thanks for the wedgies. Oh yeah, and also the squirrels are watching. Like my site is active, and hide mine out.
I guess I missed all that.
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh, you did.
It's all in the chat.
Oh well, no one.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much, everybody.
entertaining,
Make sure you click subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.